Here we are in the reading room of the gallery, the large gallery with outdoor venues predominantly is over there. In the smaller, cozier, quieter room is the interior spaces. For the most part, there's going to be some rules being broken here. But what I've done here, I gerrymandered our location by having Copley Plaza with Trinity Church, Old South Church, meet with the Boston Public Library. We go to the library and we enter the library, and we're inside the library now. And then we gerrymander our way to the inside of the Cambridge Public Library, and then we exit the library to go outside the library. So that's the logic of this particular display. There weren't a lot of images of the exterior of the library that were provided to me. I only did a few, which I included here. But we had a lot of pictures of Trinity Church, but not enough to make a venue of it. We had some images of Old South Church, but not enough. So we combined all of this to Copley Plaza. And you see outside looking toward the traffic, you see the church, you see this one is by David Mitchell and it looks like it's, the French Revolution, and there's the guillotine in the distance and the Place de la Concorde. It has this craziness to it that I love. He also did this one looking slightly differently at I guess there's the library here, South Church. He's sort of making a panoramic view. I don't know what he's looking through, though, because that might be I don't know what you're doing there, David. You'll have to explain it to me. Here we have the corner of the library building, Old South Church. Here's a base. Again, I'm following my looking up to the top, looking down at the bottom. Here's eye level, more or less. So we have sort of a full frontal version of the Trinity Church. We have the full frontal version of the library. We have another sort of full frontal of Trinity. Here's Trinity here, and the Prudential Tower here. That's what this is. Here are my drawings of the tower here of the church, and some little, I guess this stuff here is what I showed here. This is a drawing of Trinity Church on Too Much Coffee. Then we go into the library. We walk up to the front steps of the library, and you see these two beautiful statues painted by Howie. I drew the same statue from a different angle, so they're playing with their balls there. Right in the gutter, here we have the very fancy lanterns they've got. We go into the library, and these are my drawings that I did 2 or 3 visits, where I go up the stairway here, more or less, with the big lions, and I sort of show the same views done in pen and ink and ink wash. And then we finally get up to the very top, which you can't see, but that's where the Sargent murals are. Then you go into the library, and you can see the reading room, another children's room, the courtyard, the cafe, people in the cafe, and then we go to the dark side, and We're in the interior reading room of the Cambridge Public Library, and there we see that, and we do the following thing. We have the old stairwell to the old library, and then we show the modern stairwell of the new wing. And then we go outside the building, and we see the Richardsonian debris field. No, you see the Richardsonian thing. Here was the first drawing I did there, and I had a fountain pen with me, and I wanted to draw, I often have to draw a building, you know, that's going to be engraved the size of a postage stamp. And I try to explain to people that when you see a very fancy looking column like this, when it's reduced down, you're not going to see it. It's all going to turn into a gray blob. So I have to draw it smaller to have it retain its crispiness. So I drew this thing, I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3, 5 different times to try to convey that to my clients. And whether the clients comprehended or whether they didn't is not my concern, but I try to explain it. Anyway, so that's here. I'm not using the blue background in this room because I think by the time you get here, you understand the routine, and I'm running out of blue paper. Yes, 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 I can buy blue paper if I want to, but no, I'm not going to do that. So the blue paper, I started by putting big blue areas up and then filling them in, but I don't have enough, so I designed the compositions first and then tape them together and then apply the blue where I need it. And I'll just show you, measure once, think twice, or whatever. Here I just started right there in the middle with this piece, these two pieces, and then I went this way. This is Mount Auburn Cemetery, and some are the Arboretum, but lots of trees. And this is springtime, I think, and this is fall, I think. And the inside is going to be black and white. And it was this painting, this drawing here done by one of my neighbors that I thought was the centerpiece because it's so simple and so beautiful. Look at that shading. I want to learn how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I guess I should learn how to do that. Underneath this group will be some sketchbooks that people can look through, I hope. I'm going to have sketchbooks or loose drawings over here that are mine, that I don't worry about getting fingerprints all over them because they're already pre-fingerprinted. So I'll have that here. This lamp is something I did as part of Urban Sketchers. We were to draw cars. That was our prompt. So I drew a bunch of cars, but I went outside and I drew just the headlights of 4 different cars on each of these sides of this lampshade. So that actually is an urban sketch, believe it or not. So you can see that I still have work to do. So hang up here and start work. See you later.